Warden for RazerMoon, which he often does on Twisted Meadows. And Sheik going to go for what seems to be a fast expansion, which obviously most undeads do on Twisted Meadows as well. Happy even was doing the double expansion build order on Twisted Meadows for a while there. You guys remember that build he was doing? He would expand, and then he would just expand again right away. Ooh, Acolyte's killed, though. Is that the 6th Acolyte? Yeah, he's going to need to rebuild that, which he does so right away. Warden. Is he looking in the wrong spot? Look at all these units going all over the place. He's scouting everything. He scouts everything other than the spot where the Acolyte actually was. Interesting. We'll see if he's able to get this. Wisp could have been coiled, but wants to save the mana for now. Instead, will be chased down, level 2. And claws +8 for the Death Knight. A surround would mean a TP. Not any longer, though, because now Shadow Meld is available, and there's no dust. Seems to be a pretty simple early game for Sheik, though. If he keeps his Death Knight relatively healthy, he shouldn't have much to worry about. The expansion is coming up. Is that a second Ancient War? I imagine that for RazerMoon is only going to be for creeping. Not going to be for Huntresses. Circle it. Oh, a little lag. I don't know what server this is that I'd be spiking on. That's interesting. One ghoul gonna go down. Warden, a kill away from level 2. That'll mean blink. I thought he was offensively coiling there. But you know he wants to save the ghoul, of course. There's 2 coils left. He could just coil the Warden into a town portal if he wanted. Oh my god, the attack on that skeleton was risky. He could have got bouldered there. Not exactly sure how the AI works on the boulder, but it will target you if you're the first to attack. I do know that. Oh, this would be a 6 surround. He can't creep the camp, really, with what he has. Oh, that surround would have been so nice, man. What a luxury to just be able to grab that consumable and then continue on your way. I don't think it's possible for him to creep it, though. Damn. That's actually a big deal. He needs to land that surround. It's an AI. It's a creep. It's a computer. Gotta land that surround there. Regardless, though, expansion going to be up and saturated very, very soon. No Acolytes forgotten about. The tech will follow. But RazerMoon, counter expansion. Tier 2, 50% done. He's going to be at least 90% of a tech ahead by the time Sheik techs. He's behind on a bit of experience right now, but he's creeping to make up for it, so he's not going to be behind for too long. Oh, is he going to lose the Ancient War? No, he keeps it alive. You know how I feel about Night Elves just losing their Ancient War. Oh, Sacrificial Skull on the ground, and Staff of Teleportation. Sheik may be realizing he might be taking a little bit of damage on his Death Knight soon, but the ghouls are being focused. Denied. And Mango Tango 4545. Thank you for the 3 months. How you doing? Appreciate you. Another ghoul goes down. Ensnare. There is dust now. Ooh, Trapper. Coiled. Warden has no mana for Blink, but is above the threshold for a coil. Actually, a lot of HP. He's got +4 strength. Didn't realize that. Death Knight buys another Circlet. Which, obviously, why not? You have an expansion mining. Get those items. Back underway. And a little bit less than 90% advantage as the tech for RazerMoon finishes. Sheik is going to be tier 2 in another 2 minutes. 8.5 minutes, that'll be for Halls of the Dead. And it could be 9 minutes for Tree of Eternity if RazerMoon decides to tech right away, but double lures before the tech. The expansion still has to waddle on over. I see a second crypt. Do I have a third crypt? No. So perhaps a ground army for Sheik. Could be Banshees with statues and fiends. But people are playing Banshees less and less nowadays. After the nerfs. Warden will be 3. Looking for that greater mana, or greater heal, or potion of invulnerability. They're all good. 1 mana ceiling is also pretty good. The Lich items. Oh my dear lord, the Lich items. This Death Knight, if he stays alive long enough to pass those items over to the Lich, it's going to be pretty wicked. But if the Warden finds the DK, if he doesn't staff right away, he is dead. And he realizes it. Warden goes to continue creeping.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the techs will now be even. RazerMoon not going tier 3. At least not for now. Bring a protection. A little bit slot starved, but I imagine we'll have a panda. He might need to get the panda earlier than he might want to, just because of how many items are floating around currently. But he still needs to get Staff of Preservation. Probably going to want heal scrolls, potion of vulnerability. For the panda. Being ever more likely. Wisps. Being harassed. Yeah, that's the strength of level 2 coil. RazerMoon gonna have to creep his lab. Get a shredder now, or he's screwed. And there's a slaughterhouse. And do we have a temple or 2 slaughterhouses? No second slaughterhouse yet. We're gonna have a 4th tech building though eventually for Sheik.
The town is under siege.
Still no panda. Maybe he waits for level 5 Warden before doing that. Maybe he doesn't get it at all, but the issue without the panda is going to be the items that are all over the place right now. He's going to have to sell the Ring of Protection, maybe even the Wand of Mana Stealing, or use it like very, very soon. He's going to have to sell whatever item this is. On the ground. Did he kill the item? Or is it behind the Ancient of War? Don't tell me he killed the item. Okay, no, it's on the ground. Lion Horn. Like, that's a great item, but can you afford to keep it in the inventory of your Warden that's going to need to buy Orb soon, going to need to buy Potion of Invulnerability soon? You probably don't have that luxury. The RazerMoon's getting a backpack now to carry the items around. That's really the main issue of Solo Warden on Twisted Meadows specifically. On other maps, Solo Warden doesn't often get slot starved as badly. Like Echo Isles, for instance. But on TM, there's just so many juicy creep camps. Well, Nova. And tier 3 underway. Sheik is going to have a very strong timing. This tier 3 is going to hit. He's going to get Frenzy, Destro form, grab the Orb on his Lich, grab a 3rd hero. Maybe a Dark Ranger. Or maybe no 3rd hero. And then he's going to go. And RazerMoon is not prepared at all. He's Tree of Eternity now, but this is going to be 70 supply against a barely 50 supply RazerMoon. And we're going to have to right-click that DK hard to hold on. Yeah, Frenzy, Destro form, +1 attack. The ghouls get pulled. The orb gets purchased. Sheik, will he wait to have enough gold for the 3rd hero? This is a really strong timing from Sheik. Very, very strong indeed. He's got a mana pot even. Lich has sick items. We go for the 3rd hero. Alchemist is not the worst choice ever as well, but it will be the Dark Ranger. And Panda now. But this is a level 1 Panda and 1 Bear against a tier 3 timing. Look at everything finishing on time. Web even on the way, just because. Why not? This is tough. This is very tough for RazerMoon. Like I said, he's going to have to right-click the DK hard. Or hope for a Lich kill, potentially. There's the Shadow Strike on the Lich to start things off. But there's at least 3 coils. Thing is to do is to build an MG to collect the items. Yeah, that's true. Or just get like an archer and put it in a Zeppelin and just put the Zeppelin in the corner of the map with items for later. RazerMoon right-clicking the heroes. Maybe he should have right-clicked the Death Knight from the start. He went for the Lich kill, but then he realized how much mana there was. Decent number of bears, but the ghouls are killing the buildings. The ghouls aren't even fighting right now. Oh, okay, he's gonna probably force a TP eventually. No, he's actually out of mana on the Warden. He might not force a TP. And the statues are working. Rejuve. There's no Destro up in the air, but they could be morphed if Sheik wanted. He's got the gold. Sheik hasn't even been producing behind this, but look at the supply. He just lost his first unit, which was that Fiend, I believe. Shadow Strike, but the statues again. Coil forces a town portal. Bro, he literally lost a Ghoul and one Fiend. And he's about to kill this expansion. What a sick timing for Sheik. And now he starts producing. 2 Fiend statue. Just very nicely done from Sheik. This is how you play the expansion. You go for this timing. Shadow Strike. Sheik is fine with TPing out. He's done what he needed to. He's gotten the expansion. It's dead. What a nicely played timing from Mr. Sheik. 2 ghouls and a Fiend for everything at the expansion. Forced a TP, traded favorably army-wise. Looking at, there's a bear corpse. Couple of, 2 bears. I think a Dryad is around here. And 68 versus 47. Needs to replenish his potions of invulnerability, though.
A player's forces are under attack.
RazerMoon trying to get... If he can get level 5 Warden, level 3 Panda, it's a much different game. But he's down a base. And Sheik finds the Expo again. Loves the split on the ghouls. And he's not giving RazerMoon any time. If he gives RazerMoon time, like if Sheik went into a creeping war, say he goes up here, creeps the red, creeps the lab, etc. RazerMoon has a chance, even 1 base against 2, because his heroes can carry. But Sheik's not giving RazerMoon the opportunity. Fighting when the Moonwells are low, fighting when the heroes aren't over-leveled. Panda gets 3 in Khadgar's Gem of Health at the red camp. And the Warden is going to get 5 off of ghouls. Which is best case scenario given the scenario we're in for RazerMoon. But it's not ideal, obviously. RazerMoon about to be supply block. Needs to soak up the wells while he can. And is just hoping to force a TP on the Death Knight. Oh, and Death Pact on level 4. You love to see it. This DK is not going anywhere. But maybe are all the units after that first Haze Fire. A-Bomb doing this job in the front. Honestly, you just Death Pact the A-Bomb once your DK is low. No, it eats a Fiend. Alright, that's fine. That's fine, too. RazerMoon did what he could, but he's nearly out of mana. And this is double the supply and double the economy. Nearly, for Sheik. This is just well played. This is just well played from Sheik. This is how you do it with an expansion against Night Elf. This is absolutely how you do it. And 1-0 for Sheik on Twisted Meadows. Beats the Warden with the economic game. And that's 1-0. I have to update that. There we go. All right. Autumn Leaves will be map number 2. The shortest rush distance in the map pool currently. It was always known as Echo Isles to be the shortest, or Secret Valley in the past. I think Autumn Leaves is the shortest rush distance nowadays, isn't it? Am I right? Which I'm thinking Tower Rush, by the way, in case you're wondering. Which Sheik is known to do. RazerMoon is known to dislike. Let's see. We get here for game number 2. Sheik in the bottom left with a great game 1. Upper right, RazerMoon. Tavern Hero for game 2. And what will this hero be? We've seen Dark Ranger not too recently. Pretty recently. I think last week or something like that we started Dark Ranger first. Panda's been very, very common. What else would you go against Undead? I don't know. And our Dark Ranger, right? There's a Death Knight again for Sheik. And still a mystery box in the upper right, but we've made our 2 guesses. What's your guys' guess? What Tavern Hero do you think it's going to be? I would be underwhelmed by a Dark Ranger, but not surprised. A Panda, I would have some hope. But it's also an expansion first creep, so I don't know if Panda energizes too well with that. I would expect like a shop creep or something with a Panda. But I suppose the issue of it with a late shop creep with a Tavern build is the DK might just run straight over. Whereas the expansion not as creep jackable. And it will be, everybody. Beastmaster? I just thought of that. Might be Beastmaster. Okay, it is. Took me till the last second to think of that hero existing, but okay. We got there in the end. Longest distance was TS? Possibly. Seems about right. Except TS has a cool dynamic where the main base to the expansion wasn't that long. It's very similar to Concealed Hill, right? Main base to main base on Concealed Hill is a very long distance. Main base to expansion, shorter. I forget what I was calling you the other day. Ash Rubbery Boy. Or I was calling you a Shrubbery Boy. I forget which one it is, to be honest. Real life coming up immediately for RazerMoon up here in the upper left, and for Sheik. DK expansion, Crystal Ball reveals the main base. Does this give Sheik any info? Should the tech already be started if there's not a Tree of Life? Yes. Is Sheik going to realize that? There should be a tech already. He's expanding twice. Okay, so if Sheik may be able to cancel this. If he doesn't, obviously it's horrendous because he's up against 3 bases. But there's no way he cancels this and then scouts the upper left. There's not a chance. And that's what RazerMoon's going for. He's going for the sneaky cheese upper left expansion. And if he gets both up, hey, who cares? I'm on 3 bases at 6 minutes. Oh no, don't cancel my expansion, says RazerMoon. Oh no, I sure am behind now. Well, he is kind of behind. I mean, it is an investment, but it's an investment with purpose.
A player's forces are under attack.
Like I said, there's no way. Especially if RazerMoon tries to re-expand here. Yeah, look. He's saying, oh no. I would never expand in the upper left. There's no way I'll be able to creep that. I have to secure the expansion at my natural. So he is, even if Sheik, like, him re-expanding here is just saying, like, I'm not expanding the upper left. I'm not expanding the upper left. Don't move your ghouls to the Tree of Life. Or your archers, rather. He's trying to hide it. Run away! Okay, he did manage to hide it. Again, this is going to be canceled, though. This is a big investment, and let's not forget that Sheik has expanded as well. But this tree, unbothered for now. Although I think in order for Sheik to not scout this expansion eventually, RazerMoon has to secure an expansion here now. Because or else Sheik is just going to assume, oh, he couldn't expand it as natural, he's going to expand the upper left. What the hell is this? He's got no TP. It's a level 2 Death Knight. I mean, it's worth it if he can secure the kill, but no, he just can't hold this around. Wisps just aren't the tankiest of units. Wait, maybe? Maybe? Moonwell? Hunter's Hall? Something? Moonwell? But no. Hunter's Hall is the tankiest building initially. That's affordable, at least. Chimru's probably actually the tankiest building initially. But he just couldn't afford it to surround the Death Knight. Alright, so this expansion, going to start entangling. You can actually entangle before you even creep the camp. You can just root it, which I think is what he's going to do. Oh, he should just root the tree early. Like, before you even start creeping it, you should just root it a lot of the time. Because it does take a minute to entangle it, so it's all lost gold when you're not. Sheik's in a pretty good position, let's be honest. He's canceled 2 trees of life. Managed to make it out of the base after doing a ton of lumber damage. And gold damage with how long those were off gold, weren't they? 83.20. Yeah, he lost 100 gold there with those wisp poles. And Sheik is just doing the same build again. Why wouldn't you? By the way, Happy's in the grand finals defeating Dice. And this expansion, albeit sneaky, is a hell of a lot later than this one. What's he behind on? 2k gold? I don't know. I think this is a 1250 gold mine, but we can't see it. Yeah, 2k gold, I'm pretty sure. And a second. And double lore on the way for Dryads. Peek again, seeing no tree here. Now that he sees no tree here, he might assume there's a tree in the upper left. Coil, that was last hit. What's the button? There we go. Yeah, he did get it.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Panda surrounded. Archers being pressured. Oh, missed coil. And the 2 bears are kind of putting in work, but both archers die. Does Sheik have enough to just end the game right now? He might, actually. The bears are hard to kill, though. But the panda, not so much. But the creeps lose aggro on the tree if it's rooted, though. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Maybe not if it's entangling a gold mine, though, because it counts as like a constructing building. Not sure. And that's 2-0 for Sheik. Not the most difficult game 2 for him, I'll say. Game 1 was just super well played from Sheik. Game 2 was kind of, was a little bit of a gift, no? A little bit of a